Um, we'll start off getting you to tell me a bit about how you got into music.
My music, the way I got into music was kind of not the average story, I guess, because well, I always played guitar and I always wrote music. I like to like write in a journal as a kid, but my official start to music started in 2012 when I was in Spain. I was on a beach near Madrid, Spain, singing with a bunch of buddies, and I just happened to have an artist walk by who was from Spain and he loved my music, and that's what really got me into everything.
And do you have any uh, influences that, like, were musical influences, or would you
My
just say, like, yeah?
biggest like I would say that my influences are pretty eclectic. I mean, my favorite songwriters are John Lennon and Paul McCartney, of course. And then I love Noel Gallagher. And I am a huge fan, if we're talking like more modern. I love Skylar Grey as a songwriter. She's a
Okay,
big influence as a songwriter for me.
cool. And when you're writing your music, do you have what inspires you to write? Do you have any specific topics that you like to write about, or is it just like whatever comes to you?
Honestly, I when I first started out, I would really try and make music for like, oh, I want to write a song for like this person or that person, but I find just keeping it geared towards what's going on in my life, true emotions, keeping it real is the time that I make good music.
And if you were to like just describe to me why you think your music's unique and special, what would you say about it? What makes it different than what's going on
Well,
right
I
now?
always like to say like I'm not the best I'm not the best guitarist, I'm not the best singer, but I think I make songs that really relate to people and connect to them very well, and I think that's why I've been able to find success early in my career. Um, I don't yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. Yeah, I was looking at some of your videos just before, and I was looking at, I think, the Justin Bieber cover. And then
Yeah.
I started singing it in the kitchen. I was like, oh no. But it was really
See,
good.
that's the thing that I find funny, even producers that I've worked with, they're like, all of the music that you have released online, it's all like covers and Spanish
Mm-hmm.
music, and it's hard when speaking about on an interview about songs I've written because a lot of it is behind the scenes. A lot of it is that I like to do is I like to ghost write. I like to write for artists who their first language isn't English,
Yeah.
which is funny because I sing Spanish music, so it's a funny road that I'm on, but
Yeah.
I can promise that there will be a time when I do release music. But right now, I'm really enjoying the songwriting process and being behind the scenes.
And why did you decide to sing in both English and Spanish?
It's funny because I'm not Spanish. My background is actually Italian on both sides of my family, but when I first went to Spain, I fell in love with the country, and I've been going back since 2012 every year. And I don't know, there's something about the Latin music that it gets you excited, and there's certain words that just sound to me so beautiful in Spanish compared to English. And I don't know, I always liked Enrique Iglesias too growing up. And it's never a bad thing
No,
to
of
sing
course not.
Enrique Iglesias.
So you said you were doing like just songwriting right now. So do you still perform your own music, or are you just letting that take a back seat for now?
I'm doing gigs here and there. I mean, it's definitely not a first priority. My last
Yeah.
gig I did was in the summer at Yoga Fest, and the main thing I'm focusing on is songwriting because I do find that when it comes to making a name for myself and getting success, it's songwriting has definitely been the best route.
Okay. So I'm going to take you back a little bit.
Okay.
I just want you to tell me what your first experience was like the first time you performed. Like, where was it and how did you feel? If you remember at all.
I do remember it.
Yeah.
Um, my friend organized a charity event at Absinthe in Hamilton, and the artist who discovered me, Shuso Jones, actually was in Hamilton at that time, and I'm lucky that my first performance was a duet with him on stage, and I was nervous, obviously, because it's your first performance, but I mean, yeah, it was great. I had all my friends, I had all my family, but it's it's something I've really grown with. It's like I always like people ask me, "Oh, do you get nervous when you sing?" And it's like your first day of work, you're nervous, but once you keep going and doing your job, it's just your job
Yeah.
kind of thing, and you get used to it.
Is there anything specific you did to maybe not be as nervous as you played more and more shows?
I'm a very big advocate of meditation. If I didn't meditate, if I didn't do breathing exercises, I love my incense, I love my essential oils. If I didn't incorporate these things into my life, I think I would have a lot more stress. So meditation has been a huge aspect of making me be calm and comfortable and confident on stage.
All right, the next question is kind of unrelated to music, but I was just curious about what you kind of do like outside music. Like, have you been going to school? Have you finished school? Like, what kind of stuff do you do outside of music?
I went to school. I graduated in 2013
Okay.
from political science at McMaster. I don't do politics anymore. I don't do anything related to politics. Um, I actually right now am co-hosting a podcast. It's an iTunes podcast. It's on Google Play as well, and it's on whatayousayin.com. And it's a podcast. I have a lot of friends in the industry, a lot of actor friends, model and artist friends. And I was like, hey, you know what? Why not create a platform that is able to highlight these great people and kind of give people a place where they can come and chat about what's going on in the world. So that's been going really well. We're currently on our 15th podcast we're about to release. So I love podcasting. I love to talk and I love just pop culture in general.
Did you do music when you were going to school, or was there a point that you kind of shifted your focus more towards music?
Well, it was in 2012 that I had met Shuso Jones, and I was after I met him in that year of 2012 to 2013 is when I was like, oh, okay, this is becoming a real thing. But I still had that last year of university in 2013. So I definitely like to say like 2012 was like, okay, this is when I decided, and this is when I literally got this tattoo. It says "Let Go" because I was like, this is a permanent thing. I want to let go of those jobs and those thoughts that don't serve me, and I really want to just focus on this thing that drives me and makes me my best.
What did you find that was your biggest challenge being a musician today?
I think at the beginning it's making people take you seriously, because I think there's a lot of people who are like, oh, like I'm in university for this, and all of their friends and family have this vision of who they are, and then some days you just want to be like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, and I want to take a new path. And I think the biggest obstacle is making people take me seriously. I'm lucky that I had my Spanish friends and people who are already in the industry to be like, hey, this dude's pretty dope, and you guys should start taking him seriously. But I think that's a really big obstacle that I find.
And do people like take you seriously now, or is it still like kind of
I think the people who matter definitely
yeah?
take me seriously. Being, I mean, I do songwrite for a living now, so there's some people definitely taking me seriously, but you still have family members who just don't get it. Some people refuse to recognize that you're doing something, and I don't know. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't like to focus on the people who are negative influences or people who doubt me. It's definitely focus on the positive things.
Just kind of like side topic here, but
Yeah, cool.
who are you writing songs for right now?
I can't I can't say names, but I
Okay.
can tell you that they are Spanish
Okay.
artists that exclusively in the past wrote in Spanish, and there's this big shift in Spain right now where there's a high demand for English music.
Okay.
And I can tell you that it's all related to artist Shuso Jones. If you look him up,
Okay.
he's really blessed me with a lot of connections and a lot of artists who are looking for English writers.
All right. Cool. So if you could give like one piece of advice probably to musicians who are starting up right now, like bands or artists like yourself, what would you tell them?
I would probably say don't, this doesn't, not don't listen to anybody, but when you have a vision in your heart, you, in a way, you can't because sometimes you envision something and nobody else in the world can see it. So I would just say, if you feel something, go with it and don't stop. Because the only people who were unsuccessful in things are the people who stopped, right? I was watching this video of Kevin Hart, the comedian. Kevin Hart just became the highest paid comedian after Jerry Seinfeld. He just beat Jerry Seinfeld. And it was saying that it took him 17 years before he ever got like a big gig, a big break. And it's like he didn't stop. He could have stopped after 10 years because 17 years is a long time, you know? But it's like, yeah, you can't stop, right? And I'm not saying that like I'm at like some massive level. I have a huge way to go. I'm not even close to being in my prime. But um yeah, just I'm gonna keep going too.
That's a good piece of advice. um, so right now, do you have a current favorite album at all? I know
Wow.
that's a hard question. It's like, what's your favorite band? But like, what are you listening to right
Favorite-
now?
ah, Hmm. That song, what I'm listening to right now, that song by Kiara called Gold.
I love that
I love
song.
that song. I like the new Lady Gaga song. Um, what is it called? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know which one, but I don't know the name
It
of
slipped my
it.
mind. The
Yeah.
new Lady Gaga song is dope. My favorite album of all time has got to be, well, Sergeant Pepper by the Beatles
Okay.
is being kind of typical. I love Definitely Maybe by Oasis. That's probably tied in first with me. Um, and Skylar Grey just released a new album. Uh, that's probably one of my favorite things happening right now with modern music. I love hip hop. My favorite rapper is Eminem. I like the guys out of Slaughterhouse too. I'm kind of all over the place
Yeah.
with my music.
Do you listen to everything, or is there like certain genres you don't really go
Um, I
near?
don't like true like I mean when you say house music, it's so broad.
Yeah.
I love electronic. I love EDM music where there's like artists like Skylar Grey or you have those nice
Yeah.
vocals on them. I don't like really intense like rave music. I've never been a rave kind of person,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I can always appreciate different music because at the beginning I didn't get stuff like EDM, and then as I got more into it, I was like, oh, it's a story. It tells a story, and like I can always appreciate any kind of art, whether I listen to it on a daily basis is something different though.
So I just have a couple more questions.
Sure.
Um, One of them being, so what's coming up next for you? Like, what can people look for with your music? Like, are you putting anything out like in the future? Do you have any plans for that?
The immediate thing that you could watch or listen to about me is definitely the podcast. What are you saying? On iTunes and Google Play. I'll plug that again. Music wise, I can't promise that I'm going to release any singles or any original music until I I'm done with the ghostwriting thing. I like writing for other people. It's a lot less pressure, but um, I definitely will release a remix or a cover because that stuff's just a lot of fun. I'll I can't give you a date, but I can promise you that there will be updates. Definitely keep up with the podcast. The
Okay.
podcast is going to air every week on Sundays and on Thursdays. So you can hear my voice all the time and you can
Okay.
definitely get updates there.
Okay, cool. And what's the best way for people to access your music? Like, I went on your website, but I don't know if it's better to just like search your YouTube or what's the best way.
Uh, I like I like directing everybody to drepaomusic.com. You could I know that my stuff if you go on Google Play and you search my stuff on Google Play, all my videos are there. Uh, if you go to Google and type my name in, pretty much I've tried to set it up that any major uh, outlet for searching things online, my stuff pops up. So it's pretty easy for everybody. But Dre Pao Music is definitely the number one updated website.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you'll
and I'll
see it
also say
everywhere.
I'm wearing my Leafs jersey,
I
and the
can
Leafs
see that.
start this weekend, so I will say go Leafs
Yeah.
go.
I'm a big Blue Jays fan, so that's what I've been watching. I haven't watched the Leafs in so long because
Yeah,
I don't
I'm definitely
know.
the game's coming up on Sunday. I don't know if this will be airing before then, but
No idea.
go Jays.
All right, well, it was really great talking to you. It
Yeah,
was
thank you so much for having me.
no
I appreciate
problem. It was really nice hearing about your music. It was really interesting. Like, Michael Brown from Hive Studios, he referred me to you. And so I listened to
it.
the stuff and I was like, oh, this is cool. And he's like, contact him. And here we
Yeah,
are.
definitely shout out to Hive Studios. I've recorded a bunch of stuff out of Hive, and they're super great.
Yeah, they are
Definitely
great.
recommend anybody from Hamilton who's looking to check out some place to record. Hive Studios is the place to go.
It is.